All right, so let's have a look on how we can prove using the first principle that the derivative of 5x squared is 10x. So first of all, you are given the formula in the exam, so do not waste your time memorizing the formula. So let's have a look on how we can do this. So the 5x squared is simply your f of x. So that's our f of x, which is equal to 5x squared. However, we also have a f of x plus h. So essentially what does that mean is simply that we're also going to have a f of x plus h, and therefore wherever we see the x, we must replace that not with x anymore but with x plus h. So therefore that becomes 5 bracket x plus h close bracket squared. So simply now I found also what my f of x plus h is. So let's expand this very quickly before we substitute everything inside the formula. So I'll keep the 5 outside, so that's the same thing as writing x plus h close bracket, so that's equal to 5 bracket x times x is x squared, x times h is plus xh, h times x is plus xh. Again, I'm going to write the same order, and h times h is plus h squared. So therefore this simplify down to 5 bracket x squared plus 2xh plus h squared. And if I simplify this, that becomes 5x squared plus 10xh plus 5h squared. So that's my final answer when I simplified my equation. So now let's substitute everything inside the formula. So my f dash of x becomes equivalent to, as the limit of h goes towards 0, but not yet. So I got my f of x plus h, which I'm simply going to rewrite as 5x squared plus 10xh plus 5h squared minus my f of x, which we defined earlier, which is my 5x squared. Again, put it in bracket, and that's going to be all over my h. So now what we can do from here is we can cancel out the 5x squared minus 5x squared, cancel each other out. So now I'm left with this. So we can rewrite this as limit of h goes towards 0. I'm left with 10xh plus 5h squared over h. So what I can do to this, I can simplify out as to limit of h goes towards 0. I can split the fraction, so therefore that becomes 10xh over h plus 5h squared over h. So the h and h cancel out here. One of the h cancel out with one of the h. So I'm left with, as limit of h goes towards 0, I'm left with 10x plus 5h. Well, we know that as h approaches 0, this becomes simply 10x plus 5 times 0, and therefore leaving us with an answer of 10x as our final answer here. So this is how you prove that differentiation of 5x squared is 10x. Understand that this is a much longer way, but this is how you prove it using the first principle. Everybody knows that 5x squared, you do 5 times 2 gives us 10, and reduce the power by 1, so that you get the 10x like that. However, this is the proper way to do it using the first principle. All right, usually this is worth 5 marks in the exam, so it's very important that we show all our steps, and so that will prevent us from making silly mistakes, as well as that, just in case we have any mistakes, we can get some method marks, which is really, really important. Let me know what you think of this question here down below. Thank you.